Ever wonder why rich people sometimes choose to blend in with the less fortunate? Today, we're going to dive deep into the interesting reasons why looking poor can actually be a smart move for billionaires. Get ready to rethink your ideas and discover the hidden reasons behind this surprising trend. Take Mark Zuckerberg, for example. He is one of the richest people on the planet, yet he often dresses casually, preferring a simple hoodie and jeans instead of expensive suits. His choice to look like an average person sends a strong message about staying humble and focused, challenging the usual ideas about wealth and status. Warren Buffett, another one of the richest people alive, is a great example too. If you saw him on the street, you might not even notice him. Why? Because he lives simply. He still lives in the house he bought back in the 1950s, drives himself around in an old car, and doesn't wear fancy clothes. It's this simplicity, this looking poor style, that makes people curious. But here's the interesting part. It's all part of a bigger plan, a piece of financial wisdom. You might be wondering why someone so rich would choose to look, well, not rich. It comes down to a simple idea that may seem strange in today's social media-driven world. This idea is what we're going to talk about. Looking poor or living simply is not just a personal choice but a smart move, even for the richest people. This mindset is about more than just saving a few bucks or not caring about fancy stuff. It's about the freedom and financial security you get when you're not focused on showing off your wealth. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. And it's about peace of mind, knowing your worth isn't tied to the brands you wear or the car you drive. So why should you think about adopting this looking poor lifestyle? In this video, we're going to talk about 7 reasons why looking poor is important for building real wealth. We'll share stories of people who have mastered this idea and give you practical tips on how you can do it too. It's not just about saving money, it's about changing how you think about money. It's about realizing that true wealth isn't shown through fancy cars or designer clothes, but through the choices and freedoms that good financial decisions give you. Before we go any further, if you want to help the channel, please like this video and subscribe. It takes less than a second and really helps the channel. The first reason to look poor is that trying to look rich is a fast way to go broke. That might sound extreme, so let me explain with a story that's all too common but still surprising. Imagine a famous author. Let's call him James. James writes a best-selling novel that makes him famous overnight. He's earning what seems like endless money, say $225,000 a month. Caught up in his success, James starts living the high life, renting a fancy apartment in the city, going on exotic vacations, and buying designer clothes. His monthly expenses quickly rise to match his income, easily hitting $25,000 a month. But the world of book publishing is unpredictable. Today's bestseller can be forgotten tomorrow. When James's fame fades, so does his income, but his huge expenses are still there. Despite the big paychecks, James finds himself close to financial disaster, just one unexpected bill away from ruin. This story isn't unique to athletes or authors. It's a warning that applies to anyone who thinks wealth is about showing off with expensive stuff. This brings us to the main point. Looking rich is the fastest way to go broke. It's a tricky trap that pulls people in with the promise of status and admiration, but it leaves them with nothing when things go wrong. The bottom line is, no matter how much money you make, if you're spending as much as you're earning, you're setting yourself up for trouble. So why is looking poor, or more accurately, living modestly, so important? Because it's sustainable. It's about slowly building a strong financial future, piece by piece, instead of creating a fake image that could fall apart at any time. When you choose to save and invest instead of showing off, you create a safety net for when life gets tough. What can you do? Start by looking at your expenses. Are they helping you reach your long-term financial goals, or are they just about looking good to others? Instead of upgrading your car to the newest model, think about investing that money or saving it for a rainy day. The idea of looking poor to build real wealth isn't about denying yourself the good things in life. It's about choosing those good things wisely, making sure they help your financial future instead of hurting it. It's about being smart with money, knowing the difference between wants and needs, and understanding that money isn't just for showing off. It's a tool to build a secure and successful future. Next, another reason why looking poor is key to building real wealth is something less flashy, but just as important. It's about avoiding too much debt. This part of our wealth-building journey shows a harsh truth. Trying to look rich often ties you down with debts that are hard to escape from. The desire to appear wealthy can lead to piling up debts. These are things like credit card bills from spending on expensive fashion, a car loan for a flashy ride, or a big mortgage for a house that's more about status than being a home. Each of these choices, driven by the urge to look rich, doesn't just hurt your bank account in the short term. It weighs down your financial future with ongoing payments. Think of it this way. Every dollar you spend on paying off these debts is a dollar you're not using to build wealth through investments. It's like being stuck on a treadmill of spending, where the harder you try to look rich, the further you get from real financial progress. Let's talk about someone who understood this lesson well. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, was a billionaire but drove an old Volvo and flew economy class. He wasn't being cheap because he had to be. He was smart about not wasting money on things that lose value. By not spending on stuff that wasn't important, he could invest more in his company and personal wealth, showing that looking poor can be a smart financial move. Taking this approach means looking closely at your spending and focusing on the future. It's about asking yourself before every purchase, is this adding to my debts or helping me grow wealth? This shift in thinking is the first step toward living a life that focuses on long-term financial health, not just trying to impress others. When you decide to look poor, you're choosing a life that might not have flashy symbols of wealth, but is rich in assets. These could be savings, stocks, or real estate that grow in value over time. Unlike debt, these assets help build your wealth. This smart choice helps you build a strong financial foundation, ready to handle whatever life throws your way, whether it's job loss or unexpected expenses. In short, the wisdom behind looking poor as a path to real wealth is about making choices that protect your financial future. It's about focusing on what really matters, investing in things that grow your wealth instead of things that drain it. Another reason looking poor is important is that trying to look rich can trap you in survival mode. When you're focused on looking rich, it's easy to fall into a cycle where your life is all about getting and keeping status symbols. This cycle, earning money just to spend it and spending to look successful, keeps you stuck in survival mode. Even if you make a lot of money, if you're caught in this trap, you're always just one step away from financial trouble. This is where looking poor can change the game. By choosing a modest lifestyle and focusing on building assets, you stop just surviving and start thriving. It's not about giving up things you enjoy. It's about choosing a life where money helps you grow, not just get by. Look at Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Even though he built one of the most successful companies and had a lot of money, Walton drove an old pickup truck and lived a simple life. He wasn't stuck in survival mode. He was thriving by using his money to grow his business and investments. Walton's story shows this wisdom at its best, using money to create more wealth, not to show off. This mindset starts with looking at your spending habits. Ask yourself if each expense is helping you survive or helping you thrive. This might mean making tough decisions, like getting a more affordable car or moving to a smaller house to free up money for investing. When you choose a looking poor lifestyle, you start to see money differently. Instead of using your income to buy the next luxury item, you see it as a tool to build assets, things like stocks, real estate, or a side business that creates passive income and helps you grow financially. The journey from survival mode to thriving shows how powerful this mindset can be. It proves that looking poor isn't just about simplicity, it's about being smart with your money. By living modestly and investing wisely, you set yourself up for a future where true wealth isn't measured by material things, but by the security and opportunities you create for yourself. Another important reason for looking poor is how it affects the way people see and treat you. This point is about the social side of wealth and the unexpected problems that can come from showing it off. When you show off your wealth, people don't just see you as successful. You become a target for those who want to take advantage of your money. We've seen this happen many times where friends, family, and even strangers start to see you not for who you are, but for what you can give them. This change can lead to people expecting financial help and attracting fake relationships. In some cases, it makes you a target for those trying to use you for your money. Now, think about the other side. When you live a life where your wealth isn't obvious, you build relationships based on real connections, not financial expectations. It's about being valued for who you are, your ideas, and your character, without people constantly thinking about what they can get from you. Looking poor is a smart way to protect both your money and your well-being. It lets you live a life where people judge you for your character, not your bank account, and your relationships are built on trust and respect. This strategy doesn't just protect your wealth, it makes your life richer in ways money can't buy. Sometimes, the richest lives are lived quietly in the background. A great example is Chuck Feeney, the billionaire co-founder of duty-free shoppers. Feeney lived a famously simple life, often flying economy and wearing a cheap watch despite his wealth. His choice to look poor allowed him to live without the heavy burden of being treated differently because of his wealth. It let him focus on his charity work. Feeney's life shows the freedom that comes with keeping your wealth hidden. It lets you move through life without others' expectations and helps you build real relationships based on trust. How can you apply this wisdom in your own life? It starts with a choice to downplay the obvious signs of wealth. This doesn't mean giving up comfort. It means choosing to spend on things that truly matter rather than buying things just to show off. It's also about setting boundaries with the people around you. Being quiet about your financial situation helps manage people's expectations and protects you from becoming an easy financial resource. This level of privacy doesn't just protect your money. It ensures your relationships are built on real respect and trust. Choosing to look poor is a smart way to handle the social challenges that come with wealth. It reminds us that true wealth isn't about material possessions, but about the quality of your life and the people in it. The richest lives are built on strong relationships, free from the pressures of showing off. Another reason looking poor is important is that getting rich isn't about making one huge decision. It's about the small, everyday choices we make. Building wealth is like building a wall. Each brick on its own might not look like much, but when you put them all together, they create something strong. It's the small daily decisions, like living in a modest home, driving a reliable car, or skipping that expensive coffee, that add up over time. These little choices might seem unimportant by themselves, but together, they are the foundation of financial freedom. Take the story of a YouTuber who, over 5 years, grew their channel to 1 million subscribers and 20 million views. This success didn't come from one viral video or luck. It was the result of many small decisions, posting content regularly, learning what the audience liked, and slowly getting better. Just like in building wealth, the YouTuber's success wasn't about a few big moments. It was about consistently making good decisions every day. Living a looking poor lifestyle fits perfectly with this idea. It's about making small daily choices that might not feel rewarding right away, but will greatly help you build long-term wealth. Living modestly frees up money to save and invest, slowly building a safety net for the future. For example, Azim Premji, an Indian businessman known for being frugal, still drives a modest car and flies economy class, even though he's one of the richest people in the country. His small daily decisions may seem simple, but together they've helped him build long-lasting wealth. So how can you use this wisdom in your life? Start by looking at your daily spending. Are there areas where you can cut back without affecting your quality of life? It could be as simple as making coffee at home instead of buying it, or using public transportation instead of leasing an expensive car. These small changes add up to big savings that can be invested to grow your wealth. Also, remember that looking poor isn't about giving up everything. It's about choosing what's most important. It's about choosing to put your financial future first instead of going for instant satisfaction. This approach not only helps you save money, but also teaches discipline and mindfulness, which can benefit all areas of your life. The sixth reason why looking poor is important is that trying to look rich can lead to living in debt. Many people feel the need to show off their wealth with luxury cars, big houses, and designer clothes. But these things often come with debt. Car loans, mortgages, and maxed-out credit cards might look impressive but are actually a burden. The need to show off wealth isn't just bad for your finances, it also puts mental stress on you. Why do people feel like they need to show off? Because today's society makes us think being rich only counts if others see it. But the truth is, real wealth is about freedom, security, and choices, not about how it looks. Think about Warren Buffett again. Even though he's one of the richest people in the world, he lives modestly in a house he bought in the 1950s and drives a simple car. For him, true wealth isn't about showing off. It's about having peace of mind. Buffett's lifestyle shows that true wealth is about appreciating what you've built, not about needing others to notice it. How can you live by this wisdom? First, change your view of what it means to be rich. Understand that the most important things wealth gives you are freedom and peace of mind, not fancy possessions. Be grateful for the security and choices your money gives you, and don't feel the need to show it off. Also, choose a lifestyle that values your financial health over appearances. This means making smart, sustainable choices, even if they're not flashy. It's about building a life where your financial decisions focus on long-term growth and stability, not impressing others. The last and most important reason for looking poor is the incredible value of financial peace. This lesson brings into focus the real reward of living simply. Not just money in the bank, but peace in your heart and mind. It's true that fancy, expensive things catch our attention. Who hasn't dreamed of living in a mansion or driving a luxury car? These desires are natural, showing our love for beauty and abundance. But while these dreams are normal, they can't compare to the peace that comes from financial security. Financial peace is that calm, confident feeling you get from knowing that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. It's the freedom to make choices because you want to, not because you have to. It's the ability to change your life without worrying about money. And yes, it's about sleeping well at night, not worrying about debt or financial problems like so many others do. Charles Dickens, despite his fame and success, understood the importance of living within his means. He knew that real wealth wasn't about having more things, but about having peace of mind. So, how can you start moving toward financial peace? The first step is realizing that the excitement of buying new things is temporary, but the benefits of financial security last forever. Start by looking at your spending and figure out where you can cut back without affecting your quality of life. Whether it's choosing a home that fits your needs without stretching your budget, or picking a car that's reliable but not a status symbol, each decision moves you closer to lasting peace. Also, make a habit of saving and investing for the future. The goal is to build up a nest egg that not only covers your current needs but also helps you reach your long-term goals and handle any surprises that come your way. It's about creating a safety net that allows you to handle life's challenges with confidence and security. In short, the journey to financial peace through looking poor isn't about giving up joy or ambition. It's about making a smart choice to focus on long-term peace instead of short-term satisfaction. It's about choosing a lifestyle that values freedom and peace over material things. To sum it all up, remember that the greatest luxury is the freedom that comes with financial peace. It's worth far more than any fancy object. So wear that old t-shirt, drive your dependable car, and put your money toward building a future where your wealth isn't measured by what you own, but by the freedom and peace you enjoy. This, more than anything, is the true meaning of wealth. And that's all for today's video. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which goes perfectly with this one. Feel free to share this video, it might help someone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.